you?
Oh, no. Hi, everybody. Hey, we're pros over here. We've been at this, damn, a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we missed our anniversary. How in the hell did you let that happen?
What was the anniversary?
I always thought it was like the 13th. I have to go back and look. I don't consider it when I put the very first stuff up because it was just wild, crazy shit. Me doing my impersonation of you at McDonald's. Have you ever seen going to McDonald's?
Mm-hmm. I consider probably when I started being on camera is really when the channel started taking off.
Shit. When we had a steep decline.
Mm-hmm.
That was the day it all started working out.
I'm just kidding, but maybe. You never know.
I can't remember how many we had when you started. When I brought you aboard. It was a lot. How is everybody?
I hope good.
Y'all freezing your butts off like we are. Miss Tonge, Connie Adams, Teresa Mills, Messy Jessie, Rocky Boulder, Fern.
It's too early to be so cold, right?
Damn right it is, man. It seems like we got robbed.
I've been trying not to turn the heat on, but we had to.
Seems like we got robbed of fall.
I know. It's like summer to freaking winter. Where's fall in there? It's too cold here.
Yeah, it is. And we got a lot of stuff. Me and Brandy been doing math, ain't we?
Yeah.
We have our own statistics that we created from math. Used math. Brandy had an app.
I used that college education of mine. That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. But we got some stats that's going to blow y'all's minds. It blew mine.
Yeah, mine too.
I shouldn't ever sell it, but shocking numbers. Shocking. Indeed.
Very interesting.
And tonight it's going to be mostly summer and only summer. We do have like an update or two.
Yeah.
You don't even know what the show's.
I do too.
You weren't there when I was planning it.
I know anyway.
Clipping stuff and all that.
You want me to tell you before you do it? I bet I'll be right.
I'll tell y'all what. Let's start off with something that's going to piss everybody off real bad. I know it does me. I'm going to play this and tell me this just on watching it just burns me up. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Show.
Why does that piss me off?
Now, if it was after,
I don't give a damn when it was. Seeing her makes me puke.
Oh,
She's a disgusting piece of trash.
Okay, I'm cold, y'all.
Y'all know who that was? Everybody know who that waste of space. I can't even think of a word. Run them blank.
Well, there's nothing good about her. Let's put it that way.
Y'all know who that was?
I think there are some other issues in that family I've heard also.
Oh, there's lots of issues.
The grandma, I've heard she was using stuff too. So, all those little kids shouldn't have been in that household with all the stuff going on.
She seems to think she's a mother. Yeah, that's what she thinks.
It's not a very good role model. You know?
Oh, it's so gross, man. I think about that little boy and I think about where he's at right now, where they're searching. and I see that TikTok, and it just, my blood boils.
That, and all three of them, they said she was using the stuff while she's pregnant with all three.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Leilani?
Yeah.
Are you sure? She's a Jude Cleaver, I thought.
Yeah. It's awful.
No, June Cleaver.
June Cleaver.
Ain't that the Beaver's mom?
I don't know. I never really watched it.
Sorry.
Something like that.
Sorry, Brandy. Before your time. Oh, man. I don't know where to go from there. It peeves me off so bad. You know it?
Now, they did release that they didn't confirm it before, but now law enforcement says they are searching in the landfill. It is where they're at right now. So, to recover, hopefully, Quentin.
Yeah.
So, before there was, questions about it, people saying that's what was up, but actually I seen a release stating that's what they were doing. So,
I feel like I geeked the whole mood up for the live by playing that now. So I'm going to counter it with something.
It's a light. Jesus is the light. I will touch the ground. I will touch the ground. Jesus is the light. Jesus is the light. Jesus is the light. I will touch the ground.
Okay, that's better.
The whole vibe just got like buttloads better, did it not?
Yeah.
Did y'all feel that change in karma here? Oh, that's so much better. So much better. So much better.
It's good to have some good stuff happen in life. Right now, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Like, just in the world, all these weird cases,
Yeah.
Evil people out there.
John, let's talk about the past few days' events in Hawkins County. Country Kristen, I'll run JDTC. You take care of you, all right?
He's been an asshole.
I'm playing. You know that. Yeah, we're going to get to it. Trust me. We're going to get to it. I've got charts, graphs, pictures, a whole damn PowerPoint in store for y'all of stuff that's been going on in the recent. But
some shady shit.
We're going to play one more thing before we get started because I feel like it'll help what's coming and catch everybody up because I know ain't half of any of y'all seen this because nobody watched my damn video like I begged y'all to. And it's important for what's coming. Bear with me. Just bear with me. I got all this shit ready. It's just hard to get back and forth to everything.
Screen name Wrestling Dude East Tennessee, he asks the girl if he could be her first at sex.
What have you done with a guy?
Nothing.
Wow. So I'd be your first at everything?
A rather bizarre request.
Send me a pair of your panties. Pick a pair you want me to have and wear them for 2 or 3 days straight.
For reals?
Yeah.
He also asks her if he can have a three-way with the decoy and her sister, and he repeatedly asks the girl to marry him. When they make a plan to meet, he tells her he'll bring an electric razor. KBI Commissioner David James watches on a monitor as McFetridge comes into the house.
thought you wanted to be shaved. Now, I don't know. I'd like to hold you.
And then what?
And kiss you. That's why I was asking you to come up.
What were you going to do with the razor?
I thought she wanted to be shaved down there.
On with underage girls before?
Quite honestly, I had one time before.
Braun electric razor, some KY lubricant, and a digital camera as well.
Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I've never heard nobody mention that. And me and Brady used to watch To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, that curve on there all the time.
Oh God! And I'm my audience. I try to give y'all stuff G-rated. But that's about as G-rated I could get, and still give y'all an idea of how sick this cat is.
He lived what 7 point some miles away from Summer's house. He's on the sex offender list in that area.
Oh yeah, and I've even got a little card I made up on him to give y'all some of his highlights, because this dude, a lot of people.
I remember when I was watching the actual show, I'm like, this guy really creeps me out. Didn't he get caught more than one time? It seems like to me.
Listen, I'm not gonna make cards if you want to tell the whole.
Well, we don't make cards.
All the spiel.
If I know it already.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he admitted he's done it before, and he has been busted on probation, all kinds of wildness. You know, he keeps getting in trouble. He did serve quite a bit of jail time.
Maybe probably didn't learn his lesson. None of them do usually.
It says the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department was told that Dustin had admitted to having child pornography in his house, and on October 21st, 2007, deputies searched his residence and discovered CDs with more than 100 child pornographic photos on them. 2008, Dustin was found guilty of the felony charge, was sent to 5 years in federal prison with lifetime supervised sex offender registration. Dustin broke his probation when he was caught talking to a group of teenage girls in a video game store.
Wow.
And this sick dude lives 7.1 miles. I think the term is as the eagle flies. So like if you can go in a straight line, 7.1 miles, 14.1 if you take the road. And oh God, it just makes me so sick.
That area's awful for predators everywhere, you know.
And he is a full-blown predator.
Right.
That wasn't all his stats. I didn't want to spend a ton of time on him. I just wanted to make sure it was known.
But he's over there.
All the people that watched that show, because that show was super popular. That is the kind of people that are right there. The wolves are circling, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And how did I not know about him?
Right.
Nobody ever brought that up. And I tell you what, if he'll drive 5.5 hours to Kentucky for a 13-year-old girl to shave her down there, what will he not be capable of?
And they don't learn. They usually don't.
As the crow flies. Yeah, is that what I said, or did I say as the bird flies?
I don't know.
As the crow flies. Yeah, Rocky
I've
Baldy, you
never
know what
heard
I'm talking about.
either.
It's wild. Susan, Diane, Kitty Cat, Single Mom 04, overlooking us. Tennessee Blonde. I never knew about him until day before yesterday when I found him on the website. I was looking through the registry, and I've got some stats that's really going to trip y'all out. But
That's what makes me. I used to be no. Somebody couldn't took summer, but you think all the pervs that are. Can I say that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Pervs.
yeah,
On YouTube, that's in that area. All it would take would be a couple seconds. 30 seconds.
I'm telling y'all, like I've said from the very beginning, I have never stated I know that Don and Candace did that. I've always said what I thought and left it open. I've never said 100% I know that. And I tell you, the longer this goes on, the more I'm thinking it might not have been them.
Right.
Now, am I saying they're great people? Absolutely not. We know what Don's admitted to doing himself. Don's not a good dude at all. Okay. We've seen Candace's housekeeping and other things. We know she's not a great person, either one of them. But they're not the smartest people either, and they're still not in jail. I'm just saying you need to leave it open to where it could be somebody else. And that's why I'm looking at other people too, because we just don't know.
Yeah, we don't have an answer.
Are they guilty of being bad parents? In my opinion, yeah, they are. But we don't know. We got to leave it open. And when y'all see some of these stats, you want to understand, man, the Lion's Den is where Summer lived. That's what you might as well call it, the straight up Lion's Den, because the people around this kid and the percentages that I'm going to show you, like I said, me and Brenda have been doing some math on this. It's mind-boggling. But I thought we would start with him because I can't believe that nobody ever seen that. Because when I was on, like I was saying, on the registry, looking through them, I was looking for patterns, like certain addresses that seemed like there was more in one area than the other, and I found it, did I not?
Mm-hmm.
I found some stuff. And when I seen his name, it just hit me. I was like, no, because that sting was in Kentucky.
Right.
And I think that's one reason maybe people don't put that together.
Yeah, it's in a different state.
Because I know a lot of people, if you've done true crime, you're probably watching To Catch a Predator, and you'll remember that sicko.
Yeah, but that show is maybe a little bit older, so maybe nobody's caught it. You caught it though, just because you watched it. And
I just remembered his name too.
Right.
And plus, if you look out for him, they've got like 2 hours of his interview when he got arrested that night from TCAP. And let's start calling it TCAP because we can't say that word so many times, don't get blackballed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's wild though. But I think a lot of people know who that cat is.
Creepy dude.
And he's just one of them I wanted to bring up because all these people were in close proximity. When you look at their backgrounds, it's not good. Like I said, I even got the map. I'll show y'all again. That's it. I didn't put his street address on there, but that's the name of that little town, Surgoinsville, Tennessee. Surgoinsville?
I don't know. I'm not even attempting to pronounce it.
And like it says 7.1 miles. Now that's from, as the crow flies. That's not the road, but the road's 14.1 and it says like 30 minutes. So it must be curvy as hell the whole way from there to there. But it just shows you, man, that dude was that far, and damn near nobody knew about that until I found it that I know of.
Right.
If they did know about it, they sure kept it a big secret.
Yeah. You think law enforcement would know,
Well, see, you would because TBI knew about that guy.
Yeah.
TBI was actually in Kentucky and getting his ass when he got busted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I put it in the video where it says, I don't know if that's but see, this has been, his stuff was a while back. They did that. That was probably 20 years ago, almost 15, 20 years. But I seen updates on him up until 2022, and he's still doing the same shit.
Hasn't learned.
Hasn't learned.
Maybe like a handful of them maybe can get better and not reoffend, but
Very few.
the percentage is very high of reoffense rate.
And the thing I watched about him, it even said that the people that was in therapy with him didn't like the dude because they felt like he wasn't taking it seriously and he would never change.
Right.
That's wild,
Yeah,
ain't it?
Mm-hmm. He sounds, I don't know, he's sick, really.
Yeah.
He's one of them that almost you get the feeling he don't think there's nothing wrong with it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Doing it.
You could tell he didn't quite get it when Chris was talking to him. You could tell he just didn't quite see it as serious as it should have been. Had his damn Bluetooth in, boy. Oh, God. I wish it wouldn't have been a show, and I wish that little girl's daddy would have been home.
Yeah.
And he knocked on the door with that Bluetooth, and they would have smacked that thing right through his ear out the other side. If he showed up at my door, yeah, Mr. Davis, I want to speak to your daughter. Ugh. Sickos. Sorry.
Sick people.
He gets to me, that dude, man. He is
Creepy.
Let's move on now.
Okay.
Let's not dwell. Okay. And then, a better known one. We all know about this cat, right?
Look who it is.
His dad, his connection is his father dated a neighbor of Summers. And until I seen it not too long ago, I didn't realize she was a really close neighbor. And this dude, he's from Blountville, Sherfy Jr. is. I think that's closer to where Evelyn Boswell was.
Mm-hmm.
It said he allegedly admitted to possessing CP. His arrest came after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children reported child images uploaded to the internet from a residence in Sullivan County. That's the neighboring county to Hawkins County. You hear a lot about Sullivan County for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I start to wonder if maybe that
area.
Sickness ain't crossing county lines, because it seems a little shady over there too. Like I said, also he's been questioned in the Evelyn Boswell case. His dad brought that out. His residence may not be as close as the other one, but with his dad there all the time, I think his dad pretty much lived there the way I understood it. There's a good chance he could have rode by that house. And his dad even said he had been on that road and seen Summer playing in the road. Right?
Yep.
So if his dad even said he seen Summer playing in the road, good chance his son could have too.
Yep. Thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. I'm still getting birthday wishes. I'm special. Thank you guys.
Yeah, you are. You just got you a birthday wish yesterday, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
From Big Daddy.
If you call it that.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yes, they get deputies from Hawkins County. Yeah, that's what I've heard that too. They're mixed in. I don't like none of that. None of it.
Yeah.
But there's a really high reoffense rate for those people. So you got to keep your mind open to that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Pervs attract other pervs, usually. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They can talk to each other about it, and it's sick. Ugh. Ugh. I hate thinking about it.
We sent an email. Thanks for you guys helping the search for someone else. I don't think I got your email yet, but you're welcome. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Moving on. So we give you like a close neighborly connection. We give you a famous connection from TCAP. Now, let me give you a familial connection. Everybody knows who this cat is, right?
Popular dude.
You know who that is?
Oh, yeah.
Who is it?
Oh, Lonnie's son.
That's the son.
Oh.
Summer's
Donald's
stepbrother.
son, I'm sorry.
Now, if
I was
you've
getting ahead of
ever...
myself. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I said the sheriff's son. No, it's Donnie's son.
This is Don Will's
Yeah.
son.
I was wrong.
It'd be Summer's stepbrother.
Right.
And the one thing about him that wigs me out is if you think about it, Don was accused of messing with his stepsister. Who would his stepsister be? Summer.
Oh.
You ever thought about that?
No.
Summer would be his stepsister.
Is that who
Or
we're talking
half
about?
sister. Ain't that the? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. His half sister, but that's the same as the other ones, right? Or were they? No, I guess it ain't. I'm sorry, I got that backwards, didn't I? Anyway, y'all get it. I know they've said he has been there and visited. I've never seen a picture of him there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I got the half step stuff backwards. I apologize, y'all. I was on a roll. His conviction is for indecency with a child. Now, I don't know the specifics about it. I'm sure I don't really care because I know it's sick, whatever it is.
Right.
But there's another example of how close this is around Summer.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Sick.
It's awful. You know?
Yep. It is.
And he's a weird looking cat too. He got them big old gauge things in his ears. I don't know why you'd ruin your ears like that. I mean, to everybody, you know, do what you want to do, but I just couldn't see that. Could you?
Some
90
people
years
look
old,
okay
they
with
ain't-
it, but no.
90 years old, they out of style, and you can throw ping pong balls through your earlobe. I'm not a big fan of that. But it looks painful too, like you're stretching your ear. You know, that wasn't cool when I was younger. It just started happening after me. That's post me.
I think when I was in high school, it was kind of popular. Still is, I guess.
And we're going. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's as popular. I don't see as much of it anymore. Do you?
Somewhat.
Mullets, of course, you can't see for their mullet.
Yeah. That's a new thing. Kids like mullet. The boys.
Now, we're going to move on to flavor of the week. This is the new stuff. This is what you was skipping ahead toward.
Yeah.
Brandon Lawson. Ronnie's son.
In the family.
You know what I find the oddest about this?
What?
Is how he made it through all that without anybody knowing he was even in trouble.
Oh, I know. So nobody knew until this came out recently, right?
Nobody knew till he was sentenced
Yeah.
and the plea deal was done and everything that I know of.
He was keeping it under the table.
Right. And it makes you think there was help keeping it under the table too, don't it?
You know, no wonder they don't want no FBI coming to Hawkins County to look at their butts, you know? Come on. That tells you right there. The son of the sheriff into dirty stuff.
I tell you what, I don't know how that got covered up, stayed as quiet as long as it did without some kind of help.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
How didn't, you know?
Wouldn't he not be on the list or no? Not unless he's convicted.
No, yeah, you got to be convicted first.
See, and that's dangerous too. You know, or he did something and nobody knows about it.
And, you know, I got sent a video today and it shows him out playing with kids and stuff. And it's like, said his wife ran like a girl group thing. I can't remember what it was, like the Brownies kind of thing or something.
Girl.
And was around him.
Daisies or Brownies.
No, something I don't know. It was just a
girl.
Some kind of little group deal, like. And he was around it. And it showed pictures of him around kids. And it said that was like after he got in trouble, but before, I guess, the deal and everything else was worked out.
Wouldn't you be mad you let your little girl go over to the friend's house and that's the dad come to find out?
Could you imagine? You're sitting there watching the news and your daughter's like, look, there's Becky's dad. And you
I'm like,
see
what?
something like that.
That's nasty.
He's
married doing stuff like that. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And does he have kids? I didn't even look. Does he? Probably. I'm sure if his wife ran that little group.
They were like, I don't know if he's already like shut his Facebook down, but what I did see is just got a picture of him and his wife on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that video I watched about them, they were in church and stuff a lot.
That's crazy. They kept that under wraps.
He was a snake in the grass, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's sick.
He reminds me of that Duggar, spending all that time in church while they're doing all that other stuff, you know?
Yeah, there's 2 people in his family that's done something like that. Carly Trent, the guy that kidnapped her, is supposedly related to Ronnie. I don't know if that's true, but supposedly it is, right? From what I've been told that. You don't know?
I have no idea.
You know who I'm talking about?
I've heard all that.
Yeah. Okay. You guys know. I don't know. Do y'all know if that's a positive, like if he's related to the Connie Lawson?
But on that website in Hawkins County, there is another Lawson on the list. I don't know if they're connected. I'm not going to say the name. It's a woman.
You probably find out if y'all want to.
I'm working on it.
I'm talking to our people if they want to know the name.
It's a female though, and they're from Hawkins County, and their last name's Lawson.
Yeah. If y'all have kids, I would definitely look on there every once in a while. Look in your area who's around you, just to kind of know, you know.
Yeah, and I don't want people to get the wrong idea, like me and Brandy think everybody in Hawkins County's crap, because we know better. We know there's a lot of good people in Hawkins County, but I feel for every one of them because they are in a shark's pool.
Yeah.
Pool of sharks everywhere, and we're going to get more into it. But I mean, it just goes to show the sheriff's own son. And if we needed any more reason to think Ronnie might be dragging his feet, I mean, it just begs for you to think that could be something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
No, I don't think that's who it is, Connie. I don't. I'm not going to say regardless because I don't want to call her out without knowing, but it was another female Lawson, and I just thought it was odd as it could be that in Hawkins County there was another Lawson into that stuff. You know, it's just mind blowing, and that's just that's just a few examples. Now, what we want to do is show y'all some other stuff. And this will give you like the big picture, kinda. And I want y'all to check this out. This is, and I apologize for the quality. I know it ain't great, but this is the map for Tennessee. And you can kind of get an eye of where you're at. This is Murfreesboro right here, right? And look at these numbers, 2.7 thousand in that area, 1.4 in that area, 397, 901, 452, 259, 538, 531. I mean, look at that. It's amazing. Ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be like this everywhere. I haven't looked into super detail about other places. I've been concentrating on Hawkins County and near Summer, because that's what I'm concentrated on right now. And if these numbers, well, I know they're not like this everywhere, and I'm going to show you why I know that in just a minute. But look at all that. I mean, it looks like that map has the measles, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
And none of these are like one or two. They're all hundreds, and a few of them's in the thousands of how many you got in just that little area. Did y'all realize that? Did everybody realize it was that bad? I didn't. Did you?
No. Single mom 4 said, yeah, he's married with kids. That's what I was thinking, that pervert. Oh, sorry, I need to quit saying that word.
Yeah.
It's just hard with all these sickos. How else do I, say their name? That's what they are.
Yeah, I mean,
Sick
that's
people.
about the only way you can say it. Now, that showed you the map. Now, I want to show you the math me and Brandy did and what we come up with. And I think this really tells it better than about anything. And it's right here. In Churchill. Now, this is Churchill, where the rescue squad is, right? The reward people.
Right.
The little community of Churchill. There are 6,998 citizens in Churchill. Okay? Out of those, 31 are offenders. 31 out of 6,998 are offenders. And that comes out to around 0.44% of the population. And now, this is convicted on the registry.
Right.
We know there's many more that aren't.
Let's say probably double, really, or maybe even more than that.
We know there's many more.
Yeah.
But what tells the tale is how high that number is, and this is why. In Hawkins County, there's 56,735 citizens. 102 offenders, which is 0.18. So even in the same county, it is a lot lower outside of the Churchill community, right? But then, if you look at the state of Tennessee in a whole, there's 6.772 million citizens. Out of that, statewide, there is 22,433 offenders, and that's only 0.03%. So Hawkins County is way higher than the state average, and Churchill is way higher than Hawkins County average, right?
Right.
And this was the stat that I think is pretty bad for Tennessee, and that is, in Tennessee, there's 153 cases per 100,000 kids. That means there's 153 cases of kids that's been offended per every 100,000, okay? And that ranks 10th worst in the country.
Yeah, so it's it's a bad area.
The state's not doing great at 10th, And in their defense, I think a big reason their numbers are kind of high like that too is where the interstates and the highways can intersect in Tennessee.
Right.
They say it's like a major hub because you can go east, west, north, south, and a long ways in any of the directions.
Yeah.
And, that probably skews the numbers a little bit. But I think the wildest number is the Churchill number.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you guys think?
It's high.
Doesn't that seem to be like shocking that it's as high as it is, folks?
Mm-hmm.
What y'all's thoughts? Tennessee is a hot spot for a lot of things. So it is worse than a lot of this since a lot are not reported. Exactly.
Mhm.
But when you go by the numbers, you got to have something to go by.
Yeah.
So we went with just the ones that are reported. Look how much worse it is than other places.
Yeah, it's pretty high right there.
And that Churchill, man, to be a little community like that,
That's a
I mean,
lot of
think about
offenders.
that. That's a lot, I think. 31 out of 7,000, basically.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And like we said, and we just said, that's the ones we know about. So, yeah, I was kind of shocked Hawkins wasn't a little higher overall as a county, but it is high regardless, compared to the rest of the state. It's pretty high. I haven't, I mean, it's a lot of math to get all that and to do every county. I'll look into it because there may be a way I can cheat and do that and find out. But I would think it's got to be high, right?
Yeah.
Let's look again real quick because I can't remember what the state was compared to it. Let's see. Y'all hold on, bear with me a second. Let's see. Hawkins County's 0.18. Tennessee overall is 0.03. Yeah, so that's considerably higher than the state, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
But look at that. Look at Churchill compared to the state, how much higher it is.
I'd like to know how many on Ben Hill Road. Do you know how many's on there?
I don't think one came up on Ben Hill Road.
Oh, really?
I looked. Yeah, you can do streets, you can do anything, and it'll tell you how many there are. There was, I've seen a few more where that one guy lives, the guy from To Catch a Predator. There's a few more right there in his area. I might look at that too because it's close, and we know there's one there.
Yeah, that's awful about his son, and nobody knew about it. Probably glad.
About Ronnie's son.
Yeah.
How did nobody know about that? Is what is blowing my mind.
Probably didn't let it out. Probably some cover up on their side.
How they was able to keep that out until everything was done with is mind blowing.
Yeah, me too. They kind of slipped that out, out there. It's crazy. Sick.
Yeah.
And they say sometimes that's learned behavior,
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times it is.
Kids just don't grow up like that, usually. Sick.
Something is wrong, man.
Why?
Oh, thank you, Mary Gross.
Thank you, Mary.
Mary, how you been? You been hit or miss lately? You used to be here every day. Now we ain't seen you as much.
I seen her, I think, last time.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Mary. I missed you. Did you have a nice birthday, Brandy?
Yeah, I did.
Mama Llama asks.
Yes, I had a good birthday. Very good.
Good. Yes, y'all are true. The devil won't win. This is totally uncalled for. I'm so happy that the sheriff is caught in a bunch of lies. It was a cover-up. I tell y'all, man, when we started doing true crime, I would never admit I thought anything was a cover-up or conspiracy or none of that. But it's gotten out of where
you got to think outside the box. You really do.
No, you got to think that we're just running out of coincidences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Your brain tries to tell you, no, nobody would do that. Why would somebody lie about that? But
that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Couldn't be.
Yeah. You're trained to think that way. I think, from everything and how we live nowadays on TV and stuff. But sometimes, there's just too much. You gotta really look at stuff. There's something going on,
Yeah. Thank you, Single Mama 4.
Thank you.
Thank
Single
you.
Mom 04. I've been feeling rough. I still like to show my love and respect for y'all, John and Brandon. Oh, thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
I hope you feel better.
Me too. It's rough when you have some of those days. I hope you feel better, whatever is going on with you.
Guys, are we freezing up? Look at my stuff. It keeps freezing up on the screen.
I don't know. That's maybe I don't know. Are we freezing up, guys?
Can y'all hear us and everything? Because nothing's working on the screen hardly.
Crime Watch with Kenny. I thought the police here in UK were bad. Small fry compared to this shady bunch. Yeah.
There's a lot of shady ones. You got that right. Are we freezing up, you think? All is good? Okay. I don't
Darlene
know.
Jade Clark's wanting to share a link. Let's see what there is a trafficking rescue telethon in North Carolina. Can I give a link to find information? Yeah, I don't care. You can put it on here.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, man. Our stuff's trying to mess up. That makes me mad. Oh, I want to talk about something else too real quick before I forget about it, y'all. We got something cool coming on. The first annual John Davis True Crime presents True Crime Trivia Tournament of Champions. We already have five confirmed
creators.
Yeah, 5 confirmed creators that are going to be a part of True Crime Trivia. And what we're going to do is we're going to, I think, settle with 8. And it's going to be like a bracket. And everybody's going to play head to head, the channels against each other until one of them is the full on, all out John Davis True Crime 2022 Trivia Champion.
Yeah, so to explain a little bit better, so 2 creators at one time, we'll give them questions, and whoever, beats that round will go on to the next.
They'll move on.
Yeah.
It'll be just like March Madness.
Right.
And we're not going to name drop anybody yet, but we have
some great ones.
Some good channels.
Yeah. They'll like
some channels with some high subscriber counts and some more popular people and people you haven't seen on JDTC before.
Yeah. We thought it'd be a little break from everything, to lighten the mood up. But it'll still be the current cases about Summer's case, probably Kylie.
Yeah. It'll be about anybody true crime.
Right. So we'll see how everybody knows their facts.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's going to be factual answers. We're not.
Right.
It's not going to be questions about rumors and stuff like that. And it's going to be badass. It's going to be cool.
Yeah. And it might bring, new focus on maybe somebody we haven't talked about for a while.
Yeah.
So.
And we sent out plenty of invitations. We might, if y'all got anybody you'd really like to see in the tournament, give us their name. We might already have them, but if we don't, we'll try to shoot them an email. We're going to make the cutoff probably that Monday because we don't want to take forever because we want to get started. Because we're going to I think the way we're going to do it is 1 match a week.
All right.
And it'll be 2 creators. We're going to even draw names out of a hat on camera because we want to make sure everybody knows it's luck of the draw, how the bracket turns out, and there's probably some creators that might not pair the best with others, but hey,
we'll keep it professional.
We're going to keep it professional. We're going to keep it real. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, we can invite everybody y'all name, but we don't know
if they accept it.
If they'll accept or not. Some people not the biggest fans
of us.
I
don't know why we're sweet.
I think we're pretty straight up, And it's good because it's something different, and maybe it won't be as depressing as everything else. And
Right.
it'll still bring attention to the stuff it needs brought attention to.
I
Right?
said, yeah. I said, we're sweet. I'm sweet. I should have said that differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thunder Sky Studios. Yeah, we'll try to remember. Don't forget that Thunder Sky Studios. I've seen some of their stuff lately too. I seen somebody the other day, and I went to theirs, and they had some good stuff. But I cannot, for the life of me, remember their name. But when I do, I'm going to give it to y'all and tell y'all to go check them out. I subscribe to them, but I can't remember them right off the top. Please don't have Jody Sue.
She's not a creator.
Nah,
Well, I
she's
don't
no
think
creator.
so. She just on camera. I don't
we're
know what
having
she does.
Creators. We're not having people that get on YouTube for 16 hours at a time and smoke and mumble.
What does she add to YouTube, like in a good way? You know,
Nothing.
does she? Pretty. I don't. She might, but a little bit, but.
And she called me a little bitch the other day.
Why?
Because she's mean. Andrew didn't get an invite.
I hadn't seen Andrew in forever.
I ain't seen him
He used to
in a
come over to
while.
our channel.
Yeah.
Every time he come.
Bots come with him.
Yeah.
That's why I ain't missed him either. You know?
Yep. Somebody said justice for Quentin. Yeah, poor little baby Quentin. They're looking for him.
Man, I hope they find him
I hope
really
so,
soon.
You know, if they're looking in the landfill, there's probably pretty good evidence that he's there. You know.
Jody Sue giving you a fun nickname yet? Yeah, Captain America. Her biggest thing to rag me about was the American flags in some of our stuff. That's her issue. That's what she's making fun of me for. So apparently, not only is she satanic, but she's a communist too. I'm assuming.
She didn't like our flags.
She don't like our flags. Not a fan. I'm Captain America. That's what she called me. How can I be Captain America and a little bitch? Just don't make sense. Captain America's a badass. I think that's what she really meant. I think she's kind of crushing on me, and that's her immature way of showing it. No thanks, Jody Sue. I'm taken. That's the wife.
Yeah.
Say hi, Brandy.
Hey, Jody.
So, sorry. Got shit going on, girl. Captain America's a great name. LOL. I'll be glad and honored. I know. I took it as a compliment, right?
I definitely be Captain America instead of the other, probably.
Oh, I love this. And guys, we are open for ideas if you have them. She said each creator should have phone a mod. Like if they get stuck on a question, they get a phone a mod.
Yeah.
We might add that in. That's a beauty idea.
I don't know. I wouldn't want nobody to cheat.
Well, they're going to be trying to cheat anyway. And see, some of them I know ain't going to want to be on camera. And I don't like that because I know they're going to be sitting there Googling the shit out of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the question, but I'm going to make it to where they don't get the name of the case to the very end of the question and then put them on the clock. I don't know. We're going to have to talk to everybody that don't want to be on camera and be like, no, look, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, that's not fair.
Not that I'm saying people would cheat, but
you never know.
They just may.
Yeah.
Just may. That's funny though.
Well, hopefully we can come up with questions they can't find. Like you would have to watch. You know, you would actually have to know some about the case. Hopefully.
Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to put them on a timer because then I know people's gonna be Googling stuff, and I ain't having that.
Right.
Hey, one other thing me and Brady wanted to talk about before we got off was because we was talking about this the other day, and yeah, and Brandy actually got this right, and I jumped on her for saying that they were bad dudes because I didn't know yet that they were, and I don't want to ever victim bash unless I'm positive. But she was apparently right.
Because I can tell. Well, I shouldn't
Oh
say
shit!
that.
Hold on. Screwed it up. Hold on. We're going to show y'all something real quick. And this is on them guys.
But it doesn't really matter what they were doing.
Yes.
It's not right.
Exactly.
What happened to
nobody
them.
deserves to lose their life.
Over something silly.
Not over drugs, anyway.
No.
But this is the 4 guys we was talking about. They went missing. Mark Chastain, Billy Chastain, Mike Sparks, and Alex Stevens were reported missing last week after they went on a bicycle ride. 4 Oklahoma men who disappeared on a bicycle ride were shot and their dismembered bodies were discarded into a river, police said Monday. Mark Chastain, 32, Billy Chastain, 30, Mike Sparks, 32, and Alex Stevens, 29, were reported missing last week before human remains were found in a shallow part of the Deep Fork River, Ocmulgee Police Chief Joe Prentice said. The remains were found outside Ocmulgee, which is about 40 miles south of Tulsa. Ocmulgee?
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's Ocmulgee, ain't it?
Yeah.
All 4 had been shot, and identifying them was slowed because their bodies had been dismembered. Dismembered 4 bodies. We believe the men planned to commit some type of criminal act, Prentice told reporters. We do not know what they planned or where they planned to do it. Investigators based the belief on the word of a witness who had been invited to go along as the men planned to hit a lick big enough for all of them, Prentice said, using slang for a profitable criminal act. A lot of times you hear hit a lick is referred to like when they're going to rob a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? Or say they got dope and robbed the person coming to buy it. However it works
I bet
out.
that guy's glad he didn't go.
Yeah.
You know?
The investigation led police to a scrapyard over the weekend. Nothing remarkable was observed inside the salvage yard, but evidence of a violent event was discovered on an adjoining property, Prentice said. Prentice named the salvage yard owner, Joe Kennedy, as a person of interest whom detectives are seeking to interview. Kennedy was reported missing Saturday night and may be suicidal, Prentice said. So that was Monday. And since then, we've made some more headway on the case.
This is awful. This is
And
bad.
I'm going to share that with y'all. Just 1 second. Ba, 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 ba.
If people would think before they do something.
Joe Kennedy. This is the guy they was looking for. Said he may be suicidal. Joe Kennedy. Ocmulgee person of interest. 5 fast facts you need to know. Joe Kennedy is a scrapyard owner who was named as a person of interest in the deaths of 4 men whose bodies were found in the Oklahoma River. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I had my phone turned off. Police said they found evidence of a violent event on an adjoining property, Kennedy Scrapyard. The property in the area contained a scrapyard and a salvage yard. The property around the scrapyard belonged to 3 different businesses. Kennedy is a person of interest but has not been charged. Authorities say Kennedy was reported missing on Saturday night, October 15, 2022. Police said, and may be suicidal. He said it would have taken time to put the bodies in the condition they were and dumped them in the river. Police said they spoke to Kennedy before he disappeared and he was not antagonistic. Kennedy was convicted for shooting at 6 men who broke into his salvage yard in 2012. Wow, I didn't know that part.
I didn't either.
But they called him. I thought that was on here. Shit, hold on, y'all. Damn, I guess I didn't have the right one. They found him. They got him right now.
When they arrested him?
Yeah, he's in custody.
I bet what happened, he shot these men and knew the law enforcement come look for him and didn't know how to get rid of them, is what I'm thinking.
Right.
That's awful. You think about these 4 men probably had kids. You know, that's so many kids without a father now, so many wives without a husband over something stupid. You know, shouldn't have been doing that, but you don't sit there and shoot people unless he was in fear of his life or something. You know?
I just wonder what they were going to hit a lick doing
I don't
exactly.
know.
I wonder if they had planned on stealing something from him. Maybe he had something super valuable, or if maybe he has the drugs and they were going to steal the drugs, or whatever, you know. You would think the word would have got out about him shooting at 6 people trying to steal from him, and folks wouldn't have been so quick to go there to hit a lick.
See, we mentioned Andrew and Alec.
Yeah.
Somebody got moved.
Now the bot showed up because we said Beetlejuice twice.
That's a sad story, y'all, isn't it?
It's a sad story, but I tell you what,
you shouldn't be going out and doing stuff like that.
The family really misrepresented them dudes. I feel like I'm sorry.
Well, no. Well,
if they're out hitting a lick, they're not the best, most upstanding citizens that they were made out to be.
No, I could tell by the interviews of the wives that something was. I know what you're saying, though. They made it like they're good people.
Good Christian, hard-working, honest men. Honest men don't go out and hit licks. So
I could see through that, is what I'm saying.
I didn't say.
I'm just saying.
That wasn't the question.
I know.
Police chief are on meth here in Oklahoma. These guys asked for trouble. Yeah, I mean, when you're hitting licks, and there's a good chance it could end up. Now, I'm shocked that they got dismembered and thrown into a river.
Yeah.
But you definitely are opening yourself up to be shot when you're hitting licks.
If that guy didn't do anything wrong, though, he should have called the cops right after he shot at him if he thought he was fear of his life, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Hi, Jess. Yeah. I mean, nothing gives you an excuse to take somebody's life. Really.
No. Especially if he shot at other people. But, you know, people breaking in, it's 1 against 4. I'm not taking up for the guy.
But the thing is, that's where it should have ended, shooting them.
Right.
And he should have called the police and said, look, these guys were trying to break in and steal my shit, and I was in fear for my life.
Yeah. That's
not how he went about it. He shot them all, killed them all, cut them up, hauled them to the river, threw them in the river. And man, four bodies. Could you imagine how much work it would take to dismember 4 people and do all that? I bet he's got an accomplice. I bet it comes out in the end.
It's going to be an awful mess.
He's a hard worker, man. That is wild, ain't it? Think of that, though. 4 fully grown men. He cut them up and hauled them to the river. And they acted like where they were found was ways from his junkyard. I guess he was going in the opposite direction. But they had already tracked their phones to his junkyard, so he wasn't getting away with
I wonder
that.
what he did with all the bicycles.
He had a salvage yard. He could have crushed them.
Maybe.
See, when they said he had a salvage yard, I was like, well, if I had that, I would have got one of them. I'd put them all in a car and compacted it and just threw that in the river. You know? What is up with this? Oh, I thought I went all Danielson on it and called it. I missed it. Yeah. Well, we got a fruit gnat in here. We got some bananas on it. In my opinion, they didn't bring goods to the so-called uppers like spent or owed. Trying to steal catalytic converters. Hey, that could be it. Catalytic converters are expensive.
That's what I was thinking. Something to do with the salvage. Something in there. After. Maybe that's why they rode bikes or something to get in and out. I don't know.
One time when we was younger, I was working construction. I can't remember what happened. I lost my job and I did scrapping. There used to be some money in that shit. I don't know if it's still. I don't think it's as profitable as it used to be. But you know, if you need to make some money and you can do it the right way, because a lot of people, if they have a beater at their house, I used to go to people's house and be like, hey, you want me to haul that car off for you? Oh, yeah. You know, you pump up the tires on that thing, take it to the junkyard, grab you. How much was it?
Pretty good.
Bad.
Bid.
It was over $1,000.
Yeah.
It seemed like for a junk car. You know.
Yeah.
Then me and Brandy paid $600 one time for a Cavalier and drove it for a year. That
Or
thing had
more.
200,000 plus miles on it, and me and Brandy drove that thing till the wheels fell off. Most reliable car we've ever had.
Yeah, $600 car.
$600 car with 200,000 plus miles on it.
You never know what you're gonna get. Now I got a freaking piece of junk Jeep out there, rusted apart.
Me and
Pisses me off.
we had it rough. Brandy would work and I would work, but we worked at different times. So one of us would always have to go pick the other one up, be running to babysitters and all this.
We have one vehicle that we both worked. We made it work.
Yeah.
Like what I would do, okay, so I would drop him off at work. I'd take the boys to the daycare. I went to work on lunch. He would be off because I worked 10 hours. I go get him. He would go pick the kids up, take me back to work. He'd go home, come back and get me.
Oh man, we did that for months.
Yeah, because you do what you got to do, you know, to survive. That's what we did. We made it work.
Yeah, we made it work. We went out hitting licks.
No,
was we?
we were just working our butts off.
Working our butts off, man. I remember we was in that little car and it was snowing like hell. There was 4-wheel drive trucks stuck on the side of the road. There we was in the cabbie, boy. It's like, Brandy, as long as we don't get to where we have to stop, I think we've got it. We made it, didn't we?
I thought I was gonna be stuck at work because it was a huge snow, and we got stuck in the house for 2 to 3 days. I think after we did get home, I didn't think we'd make it home, though.
It was crazy.
So
Crazy.
definitely.
After the copper, yeah. Devil's Night is October 30th, by the way.
Anybody have anything to share real quick before we go? Anything important we missed, or anything about the cases we talked about?
Yeah, y'all got any questions, comments?
Something we missed maybe happening right now?
Yeah.
I know I seen some about Quentin's case, but there wasn't any big updates. I know.
Yeah, and I don't, and some of y'all still might not know, because we've only talked about it once, is Jalissa Fuentes. They did find her, and we talked about it on our last live, but if you weren't here, they found her. She was at the bottom of a 400-foot ravine, and it looks pretty much like it was an accident.
Yeah, but some stuff I don't understand because it was 60 miles from where she lived. They said she liked riding around there.
Said she liked to take drives.
But gosh, it was 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. That part don't make sense, but I think it was an accident.
I do too.
Poor girl. I'm glad she didn't suffer. The way they found her car, she probably passed pretty fast.
Oh man, it's bad.
Y'all could look it up. It's at the actual car. It looked awful. I'm glad for her family they got answers because they were so
Good
involved
people.
looking for her. So
and brokenhearted and really wanted to find their daughter and love their daughter and did everything right and so respectful. Even when their daughter was found, they thanked everybody and just good people. And I hate that happened to their daughter, but I'm glad that they're not somebody that's going to not know for 50 years.
And that's law enforcement that really wanted to help them. The person that was over, I forget his name. It was sheriff or whoever was over the case. He's the one that found her car. Went back and looked where her phone pinged around that area.
Yeah.
Kept on searching, and he finally found her.
He was walking the road.
Found tire tracks or something.
And that was 60 miles from where she was last seen. So they did their investigation and put in the due diligence. And you see what happens. It pays off. The cops that do it the right way, I want to make sure everybody still understands this ain't two police bashers right here. We fully support the police, and the ones that do it the right way are the best people on the planet.
Yeah.
They found her.
Yeah, and the dad got up there at the press conference and just thanked them. How thankful he was that they found her.
Yeah, the dad was. It was rough watching him.
If that was my daughter, I I would be happy too. They found her. I wouldn't want to be. It's sad. It's a sad thing, but at least you're not out there wondering where your daughter is.
Yeah.
You know, forever.
Yeah. And Kaylee Jones, we've talked about her a lot. I hope some of you know about her. If you don't, go look it up. I got a video or two. She's still missing, but I just heard today actually where they said that they had searched 150 acres, I think. It was a lot, quite a few acres around her property, and they're going to go back and search some more with dogs, and they didn't find nothing yet. But it's good to know that there's people out there with dogs in the woods around that house searching, because I showed
It's
before.
pretty remote.
Yeah, I showed before how remote it is where she lived, and there is a lot.
I get a feeling in her case she might have ran away, or somebody tried to entice her and she went with them. That's what I'm thinking.
I have a bad feeling she met with somebody on online, and they talked her out of the house. You know, I think she's probably mad at her parents rebelling and run into the wrong person.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but you know, I still got the feeling there's a good chance she could be out there and she could still be found too.
Yeah, I agree. She could be. And then she might be mad at her step parents and okay situation, but you know, she needs to tell somebody. Which that's probably not the case, but I hope it is.
Oh, when I decided we was going to talk about mostly summer today, I seen something I've seen a few times, but I thought we'd play it too and let y'all check it out.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace.
I think she's just dancing. I know other people have seen that video and they say it's for a purpose, but I think she's just dancing.
Well, I don't know what the purpose of it is, but I think she was just having fun.
Yeah, me too. She
Yeah.
didn't know what the purpose this was. She was having fun.
Yeah,
so.
regardless of what the purpose might have been, I
Yeah.
think she was just having fun with it, don't you know?
Yeah.
That's what damn fun.
Poor little girl.
But I thought we would, I want our summer alive. Cindy Blakey, so do I.
Everybody's learned so much about her over the year, more than a year. Like she is everybody's little girl, really. About now.
Yeah.
But I wish there was more, of her talking and her personality, which you can tell a lot, but
I swear, I think she reminds me of my little girl some, because our little girl's kind of got some tomboy wild in her.
Yeah.
I think, so that's how Summer kind of
she's
was.
like having a good time playing outside.
She wasn't scared of dirt.
No.
There's ain't either.
No, she likes dirt.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
She's in the house one day over the summer, and in the summer you might skip a bath night, a night here or there. And she walked up and sat beside me on the couch and put her foot on me and started laughing. I couldn't figure out what she's laughing at. I looked at her foot. Oh my God. It's like she tried to get a mud pie to stick to it or something.
Yeah, she likes dirt.
That video though, I don't know what they had, like I said, planned for it, but it don't bother me watching it, because it looks like she's having more fun there than most anything I've seen.
Yeah, just playing in the rain.
She's having a good time. I like to think of it that way instead of anything else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
John, have you and Brandy heard how old the kids were on Lawson's son? No, I haven't.
Mm-mm.
I haven't heard a ton of the details on that.
I've been keeping it a secret, I guess. If he got 20 years, it had to be pretty bad, y'all.
Well,
You
the
know?
charge was 20 years. He got 1.
Oh, sorry. He only got 1 year?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He somehow got 20 years down to 1 in his plea deal.
Really?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like all these cases, like the Kylie stuff and all of it, it just seems like there is so much shit
Corruption.
that is corrupt. You know?
The whole Kylie case still pees me off. I don't like talking about it.
Yeah, I don't either, because I still don't know where I'm at on that.
Yeah. So, it's awful.
Guys, we want to thank everybody for coming. We try to make it as action-packed as we possibly can for y'all. And I've been putting on a lot more effort into having stuff ready so y'all get the idea of what we're trying to say. I hope it's coming across better. And, you know, the basic tonight was just, I just think everybody really needs to realize how many bad people are in that area and how severe the problem is there. And don't be just closed-minded that it's Don and Candace and there ain't nothing else to be said, because I'm telling you, who knows? We don't know that. And I have a huge feeling that whatever it is connected to something just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the investigation's been done the way it is. You know?
Right. Right. And I thought that's what I would think at first. Don Candace, it couldn't be anybody else. But
Yeah.
now I kind of think outside the box. You know, it might have been them, but it might not have been them. You know, so
Yeah, and whether it is or whether it ain't, you know, you can only look into the same stuff so many times. That's why I have branched my thinking out. You know, we tried talking to Tim Mullins to get some better ideas about some stuff. Personally searching. Now this is what we're looking into, because I mean there are so many in that Churchill community, and I'm still working through looking for patterns or names and this and that, you know. And like I don't know, I'd say he's probably already closed it down. But I think what I might do is start looking at some of these people, if I can get into their Facebook friends and checking them against the registry and stuff.
yeah.
Because there's connections. Cam and them, they've made some connections of different things like that too. And I'm telling you, I think it is right, good damn chance that there is some kind of ring operating in that area. Not necessarily mean it has to do anything with Summer, but when you look at the numbers like we broke down, you got to think there's a possibility. And if we could expose something like that, it could save tons of kids from having offenses done toward them.
Yeah, even if it didn't happen, you know, it's not connected to Summer. That might be the reason they don't want nobody in their town, you know, because they'll find out something else, is what I'm thinking, even if there is no connection to Summer. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I say they're always saying that she's somewhere close, because they don't want to say she's somewhere maybe across the state line, so FBI could come in, is my opinion. So it doesn't make no sense. She's somewhere close, but nobody wants to look for her.
Yeah. And it don't make no sense that the sheriff's son is charged and convicted of what he was, and nobody knows about that until after it's already happened.
And if it's just, you know, whatever they're saying he did, it's probably 10 times worse, because they always get plead down to different, you know, stuff gets dropped. So there's always more to the story, you know.
Yeah.
That's just probably 1/10 of it that we know. So. So.
And we're going to keep digging into it and see what we can find. And, you know, we appreciate you guys supporting us and everybody being here and everybody, all our members and all the wrenches and Missy Jessie.
Yeah. And we're excited about our game.
Yeah, we're excited. I hope y'all like it too, man. I'm telling you, we got some really good creators already signed up and might be another one or two we add to the mix. But we're going to try to get that figured out by hopefully Monday. We'll know who it's going to be and when they're going to play. And we're going to let y'all know all of that. We'll see y'all Monday morning for sure, because that's us from now on. If we do any live a week, it's definitely going to be Monday morning
and Wednesday evening. But the game nights might be on Saturday nights. I thought that'd be cool. Yeah.
You know, and maybe make it where more people can see it.
But we'll let y'all know.
We'll let you guys know. Thanks everybody for coming. We appreciate all of you, like we said. And we've cleared 7,000 by a lot now, so we're tickled about that. Thanks to all the new people. We've gotten a lot of new people lately. Appreciate everybody for subbing. And
if you haven't, please do.
Yeah.
And please like and comment.
Yeah, everybody like that shit. We don't like bothering y'all with that constantly.
No, we're not those type of people, but it
does help us a lot. It helps our algorithm. When you watch the video, try to, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And if you ain't subscribed, subscribe, because then you get notifications and you won't miss nothing.
And it doesn't hurt you at all to subscribe.
Don't hurt the thing to subscribe.
Yeah. Now that I have a YouTube channel, I never used to subscribe to people, but I try to do that more,
Because it helps people out.
If you're watching their stuff, it supports them and for them to be able to make more content for everybody.
Yeah.
So do it.
Thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you guys Monday at the latest.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.